Today on the show, 10 of the best young left-backs in Football Manager 2022 that you might never have heard of. We're going to go 10 years into the future. We're going to look at their scout reports, their attributes, and their career stats. Let's go. First off, Luca Netz, here in 2031. Don't forget, we're 10 years in the future here. Acceleration, agility, and natural fitness, all 16. He's got the crucial stamina, strength, and pace that you need in the modern day in that fullback position, as well as determination, anticipation, which I like as well. He does just lack a bit of the technicality in this save in particular, but generally your fullbacks aren't going to be your most technical players, right? Club history wise, he's got an average rating of 6.85, starting off the game at Borussia Mönchengladbach. You can pick him up for around 22 million, so by no means cheap. He goes to Liverpool here, Bayern Leverkusen, Real Madrid, getting plenty of games, not really scoring goals or getting assists. He's not that kind of player. But when we look into the scouting report, we do find that he's got the key underlying stats that we need, right? Enjoys big matches. He's a fairly consistent performer, as well as some other bits and bobs. In at number 9, Aaron Hickey. Again, very similar to Netz, not like a technical beast, but has got it where it counts, right? In that fullback position. Acceleration, agility, pace, stamina. He's got like decent mentals with 15s and composure and determination. He can use either foot, right, which is what I really like about Hickey. Average rating over the year 6.82, so very similar in terms of performance to Netz as well in this iteration of the game, and similar in terms of goals and assists, although he did get 7 assists for Newcastle here in the Championship. Newcastle were in the Championship. Again, under the bonnet with Aaron Hickey, it looks like he enjoys big matches and is a fairly consistent performer, 2 of the main ones we always look for here on the channel. And if you're not subscribed, by the way, we're on like 3,880 at the moment. I want to get to 5k before the start of the new game. So if you could help us get to that goal, obviously we would hugely appreciate it. Next up, Matías Viña. Okay, we're getting a little bit more technical now. This guy's got 15 tackling here in 2031. He's 33 years old, so he's probably about 23 at the start of the game, which isn't technically a wonder kid, but it is a young player. He's fast, he's got the pace, he's got work rate, he's got everything. I keep saying it, but he has got everything you need in the right place, right? First touch 14 as well, tackling 15. He's just a little bit better than these guys, or he has turned out a little bit better than the Luca Netzes and the Hickleys, which we looked at before. That's borne out in his average rating 7 over the years at club level. Only a few goals and assists. In terms of scout reports, under the bonnet, we enjoy big matches and we are a consistent performer. Now with Hickey and Viña, again, you're talking about 20 million quid at the start of the game, so it's not a cheap left back at all. But when we look at Daudo Gundo, for example, you probably spend about £1 million on this guy, and he's a little bit better in my opinion. He's got the acceleration, agility, balance, pace, stamina, and strength. This guy comes in at number 8, and looking at his anticipation there, 15 by the way, which I always rave about in fullbacks, right? Marking 15 and heading 15 as well. It makes me wonder why not many people are talking about this guy. Average rating of 6.88 isn't the best. He's only scored a few goals, no assists. So maybe more of a defensive centre/left back. And there are a couple of red flags when we look under the bonnet a little bit. He doesn't feel comfortable playing in big matches, according to my scout here. And he doesn't have any real top greens in terms of pros, right? There's no consistent performer, etc. He's good, but he's not the one. Barco here at the start of the game is playing for Boca Juniors, right? He'll cost you around 5 million quid. Again, physically, he's amazing. Acceleration and agility and stamina. He's only 5'8", so as you kind of really expect from these South American players, technically good, short. It's true though, isn't it? Tackling, teamwork, decisions, these are all 13s and 14s, first touch 14 as well. In terms of history though, he does bang out a 6.98 average rating, scoring some goals and getting some assists. Crucially though, under the bonnet, enjoys big matches and is a fairly consistent performer. Perez though, look at this guy, it cost you about £1 million at the start of the game. Playing for Sevilla, you can play all the way up the left, you can play centre back, weirdly right wing back and attacking midfield right. And he can play up front as well. The only greens he's got here is agility and pace, right? But he's got some weirdly interesting attributes. In terms of history, 6.88 again, which seems like a popular number in this video itself, does miss out on game time in a few seasons here. So your Pablo Pérez could turn out a lot better than this one. Again, looking at the underlying stats, he is a fairly consistent performer and has a balanced to normal personality. I thought I was going to say enjoys big matches then, but he actually doesn't enjoy big matches, it says down here. In at number 4 is Gómez. He'll cost you around 14 million at the start of the game, and it's worth every penny. He's playing for Anderlecht, but look at these stats, right? For a left back, I mean, you could argue he's an attacking midfield left player, right? But he's very comfortable at left back, although he isn't great at tackling. You can just about get away with it. For me, these numbers you can just about get away with at left back. But these numbers are exceptional for a left back, right? If you're playing an attacking game, Gómez could be the one for you. History-wise, look, you can see 6.97 assists coming out of his proverbial backside. And the scouts tell me that not only has he got an understanding of the language, which isn't what I meant to read then, my scout tells me that not only does he show a fairly ambitious nature, he's also got great composure and is a natural in several positions. Taiyo Adaramola, if that's how you say it, Adaramola, right? He's 17 at the start of the game. You can pick him up probably for around £1 million. And he is like, well, there's a reason he's in the top 3 here, right? He's insane. Fast, very good mentally, very good technically, it turns out here. And obviously he's turned out with crossing 15 and dribbling 15. If you find a fullback with these two, just honestly, just buy them. Like, obviously make sure they're decent at everything else as well. Man United snapped him up here in 2023 for 15 million. An average rating of 6.92, some goals, some assists, and under the bonnet we can see that he's a consistent performer and handles himself in a professional manner. And at number 2 is Renan, playing in Brazil at the start of the game. He's about 19 years old. You can see fast, stamina. He's an elite centre-back according to the media, right? But you can see he's definitely got the stats to play that full-back, and he's natural in that full-back position as well on the left. Runs with the ball down the left, stays back at all times. Apparently he's learned here as a trait. I would make sure he unlearns that or doesn't learn it in the first place. He's 6'1", which helps, right? It helps having an extra tall player in your team. 7.02 average rating over the years. And under the bonnet, he not only enjoys big matches and has a balanced normal personality, but is a fairly consistent performer. In at number 1 is Javi Araujo, playing for Fulham. So they've just got promoted to the Premier League. Look at the stats this guy's got, right? He's 6'4" and a left back. It's kind of like, you know, Dan Burn, you imagine, at Brighton. Like, looks odd playing in the wing back / fullback role, but the stats speak for himself. He's got tackling 18, passing 16. He's good at crossing. He's got decent anticipation. His jumping reaches through the roof, which is obviously handy. It's someone who you could maybe use for attacking set pieces, right? Because you've got your 2 centre-backs who should be tall, and then you've got your 3rd kind of full-back who is absolutely massive. Stamina, pace, he's got the lot. 6.97 average rating over the years. He's played for Fulham, Wolves, Chelsea for 50 million, by the way. Arsenal for 29 million. He's never scored a goal in his career, but he's got assists, and my scout tells me that he is a fairly consistent performer. So there's your top 10. Thank you so much for watching. Do watch this video if you're looking for more hidden gems. Hit the Patreon button if you want to download this shortlist straight into your game. And obviously, please hit subscribe if you're new. We're aiming for that 5K. Hit the like button.